So let's talk about the hype that is the Google Camera app, and is it really that good? Today I will show you guys what I found out using it on the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. So like I said, I'm comparing the results with the stock camera app on the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 and of course the Google version. I'm using the version of 3.0245 for seeing how it works, seeing how earlier versions and later versions didn't work on the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. So do keep that in mind. If there are improvements over time in different versions, I cannot see that with the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2. And I'm comparing it in 3 different lighting conditions. 1 is overcast, 2 is artificial light, and 3 is very low light. And because of the weather I'm having currently at the moment, I cannot properly test it against the sun, because there isn't a lot of sun to begin with. But let's talk about the question why to download the Google Camera app. Well, almost every phone brand makes their own software to work with the camera. And while hardware is very important, the way images are processed is very important as well. And this is where the Google Camera app comes in with their HDR Plus shots. It could mean that shots will get a lot better compared to the stock camera app of, for instance, the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2 or other low-end phones as well. I even seen pictures where the result is better on, for instance, the S8 with the Google Camera app compared to the stock UI version. But when I compare it to the stock camera app, I straight away notice one big difference, and that is the temperature. While the stock camera UI keeps it close to the natural colors, the Google version tends to have a bit warmer look to it because of this yellow overlay. Sometimes this could result in a very nice looking picture, but for me with enough light the stock camera UI just gives the better pictures. Pictures aren't any sharper or anything like that, it just looks a bit warmer because of that yellow tint. So when it comes to that self, I just really don't see an improvement for the camera UI of Google. Now let's go to artificial light. And there is a difference. Sometimes. It really depends on how much artificial light you have. Because on the Google version you need all the light you can get. And I will tell why in a moment. But if there is enough light, the Google Camera UI does improve the sharpness a lot. As you can see on this plant, there is a lot more detail captured. And in this one the background is still visible, where on the stock camera UI it has some overexposure problems. But only in these kind of pictures there's really a benefit from having the Google Camera UI. In this parking garage for example, the image is simply too dark. And that is with having the brightness at max at the Google Camera UI. And now when we go to complete darkness and really only having the street lights helping us out, anything like that, there is no doubt in my mind that the Google Camera UI doesn't compete at all. The problem with hardly getting any light in continues, and there's really nothing good about it. We can basically see nothing on the picture itself. And at the meantime, the stock camera UI does actually capture some pictures. Yes, they aren't the best looking pictures like I said in my review, but we have a shot and that is what matters. And the reason why is pretty simple. On the Google Camera UI the ISO will stay at 400, where the stock camera app will adjust it to the lighting situations. Of course, having a higher ISO can result in more grain, and while you don't want grain, having a picture to show is of course important compared to having no picture at all. So at the end, what is my opinion about the Google Camera UI? Well, in very limited amount of times where it's bright enough with artificial light, you can get better pictures. However, in every other situation, I would say stay stuck to the stock camera app. I hope you guys enjoyed this video comparing the results of the stock camera UI and the Google Camera UI. And of course, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and have a good one.